The Red and the Black in French, Le Rouge et le Noir, Chronique du siècle, is an 1832-volume historical novel by Marie-Henri Beyle, better known by his pen name Stendhal. The Red and the Black traces the ascent and downfall of Julien Sorel, a bright, ambitious yet often naive young man of humble origins, determined to rise in a society notoriously rigid under the Bourbon Restoration, 1815-1830. The novel's setting allows Stendhal to scrutinize and frequently satirize this society with energetic wit. The story reaches a dramatic climax with Julien's trial for attempted murder, from which the victim herself attempts to save him. In the first volume, Stendhal establishes Julien Sorel's background. He is the son of a carpenter in the fictional town of Verrières in Franche-Comté. A fervent admirer of Napoleon Bonaparte, he models his own behavior on the former emperor, whose Memorial de Sainte-Hélène is his favorite book. Julien's brothers ridicule him for his intellectual ambitions, ruling out any future in his father's workshop. Nevertheless, he sees himself as a cunning opportunist. With the military path closed after Napoleon's fall, he resolves to pursue a career in the Catholic Church. Through this channel, he becomes a protege of the local prelate who secures him a position as a tutor to the mayor's children. Even at this early stage, Julien is a self-satisfied cynic, performing the role of a devout clergyman from calculation rather than conviction. Indeed, he begins an affair with Madame de Rênal, his employer's wife. Their liaison ends abruptly when her chambermaid, Elissa, secretly in love with Julien, exposes the affair to the entire town. Consequently, the Abbé Chilin transfers Julien to a seminary in Besançon, which he finds stifling. There, the seminary director, Abbé Pirard, grows fond of him and becomes his advocate. When Pirard resigns, concerned for Julien's safety, he recommends him for a secretarial post with the Marquis de la Mole, who hires him. In the second volume, Julien is in Paris, serving the de la Moles. The family looks down upon him for his lowly origins, while Julien internally mocks the hypocrisy and materialism of the Parisian elite. He finds the social environment suffocating, yet remains loyal to his master. Tasked with delivering a secret letter to the exiled Duc d'Angoulême, Julien undertakes the mission, despite aiding the very regime he despises. The Marquis's daughter, Mathilde, a scholarly and romantic young woman who mirrors Julien in many ways, struggles with her feelings for him. She seduces him twice before turning away. While Julien is away on his mission, he orchestrates a ruse with a wandering Russian, Prince Korazov, to divert her affections, leading Mathilde to believe love letters intended for another, the wealthy widow Madame de Fervaques, are for her. She falls for both the trick and for Julien, ultimately revealing that she is pregnant with his child. But it is too late. She is engaged to Monsieur de Croisenois, heir to a duchy. The Marquis, initially enraged by the affair, softens, granting Julien income, property, and a title, thereby rendering him suitable to marry Mathilde. Yet before the marriage can occur, a letter from Madame de Rênal, conveyed via Abbé Chilin, casts Julien as a cold social climber seducing women for personal gain. Infuriated, the Marquis withdraws his blessing. Julien, enraged, returns to Verrières and shoots Madame de Rênal during Mass. Imprisoned, he survives thanks to the devotion of both women. Mathilde attempts to bribe officials for his release, while Madame de Rênal refuses to testify against him. Her enduring love prompts Julien to recognize his own feelings for her, but he is ultimately sentenced to the guillotine. Mathilde, likened to Queen Margot, kisses his severed head and later erects a shrine over his grave. Madame de Rênal dies of heartbreak days after his execution. The Red and the Black is widely celebrated as one of the earliest and most remarkable realist novels. Though Stendhal owed much stylistically to Romanticism, his intricate exploration of character psychology, his figures' self-scrutiny and moral complexity, marks a distinctly modern realism. Since publication, debate has raged over whether Julien is a hero or an anti-hero, a question largely hinging on whether his late confessions are taken at face value, or seen as the impassioned, unstable expressions of a young man. Stendhal's depiction of Julien supports both interpretations. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.